There was a young man named Daniel. To many people, Daniel was known as the quiet guy. He rarely talked, he avoided crowds, and most of the time he was always alone. People in his neighborhood would whisper, "That guy must be an introvert. He doesn't like people," but they did not know the real story. Daniel was not quiet because he hated people. He was quiet because he was struggling. Every morning, Daniel would wake up early, dress in his best clothes, carry his documents, and walk around the city searching for opportunities. He visited companies, offices, and businesses looking for a job. Daniel applied for jobs more than 50 times, but every time he heard the same words: "Sorry, we found someone else. Sorry, we are not hiring. We will call you." But the calls never came. As time passed, Daniel started losing confidence. He stopped going outside unless it was necessary. He could spend the whole day inside his small room, sitting quietly, thinking about his future. His neighbors saw him and said, "That boy is really an introvert. He doesn't like talking," but the truth was different. Daniel wanted to talk. Daniel wanted to meet people. Daniel wanted to enjoy life. But when you have empty pockets, sometimes silence becomes your friend. He wasn't hiding from people. He was hiding from embarrassment. After months of searching, after countless applications and rejection letters, Daniel finally got a chance. One company gave him a job. And this was not just any job. It was a good paying job. For the first time in years, Daniel felt hope. He worked harder than everyone else. He arrived early. He learned new skills. He saved money. And after some time, Daniel decided to start a small business on the side. At first, it was just a small idea. But slowly, it grew. The business started making money. The small room he used to hide in became the place where he planned his future. Years passed, and the same people who called Daniel an introvert started seeing a different person. Daniel became successful. His business expanded. He opened more companies. He bought expensive cars. He moved into a beautiful house. The man who once stayed indoors because he had nothing became a man everyone wanted to meet. Suddenly, Daniel became very talkative. He started attending events. He started showing his lifestyle. He posted pictures of luxury vacations. He showed expensive watches, cars, and places he visited. People started saying, "Daniel has changed." And they were right. Money gave Daniel confidence. But slowly, it also changed him. The quiet man who once understood struggle started forgetting where he came from. Whenever people talked to him, he wanted everyone to know he was successful. He would say, "Do you know how much my car costs? Do you know how many companies I own? I don't live like ordinary people anymore." He started looking down on people who were still struggling. The same people who supported him during his difficult days became people he ignored. Daniel discovered social media. At first, he used it to promote his businesses. But later, he started using it differently. He began attacking people online. He replied to comments with disrespect. He insulted those who disagreed with him. Every day, people talked about him. His followers increased. His name became famous, but not because of his success. He became famous because of his behavior. People watched him because of his controversial posts. Daniel thought, "I am winning. Everyone knows my name." But he didn't realize something. Attention is not always respect. While Daniel was busy traveling, showing off, and arguing online, something was happening behind the scenes. His businesses needed him. His employees needed his leadership. His companies needed attention. But Daniel was always somewhere else. One day he was in another country. Another day he was showing a new luxury purchase. Another day he was fighting with people online. Slowly, problems started appearing. Money started disappearing. Businesses started failing. The empire he built started becoming weaker. Years later, Daniel lost almost everything. The expensive lifestyle disappeared. The luxury trips stopped. The attention faded. The same internet that celebrated him moved on to someone else. Daniel returned to the same room where he once spent his days. And once again, he became quiet. People looked at him and said, maybe he was always an introvert. But they were wrong. Daniel was never an introvert. He was just broke. When he had nothing, he had no confidence to speak. When he had money, he had too much confidence. Daniel learned a painful lesson. Money can change your situation, but it should never change your character. Because being rich without humility can make you lose everything. The story of Daniel teaches us that sometimes people are not silent because they hate the world. Sometimes they are silent because they are fighting battles nobody can see. The person sitting alone might not be an introvert. They might just be trying to survive. And when success comes, the real test is not how much money you make. The real test is whether you still remember who you were before the money arrived. So before you judge someone because they are quiet, remember Daniel. The man everyone called an introvert was simply a man waiting for his chance. But when his chance came, he learned another lesson. Getting rich is difficult. Staying humble after becoming rich is even harder. Because losing money can break a person, but losing yourself can destroy everything.